Now, we all know a trip to a theme park can end up costing quite a lot of money. First you have the travel, then you have your entry ticket to get in, food inside the park, merchandise, maybe you'll even spend a bit of money playing some games, and then depending on how far you've travelled, you'll have to stay over in a hotel too. It can all add up and end up costing lots of money just for one trip. Now take that and times it by how many theme park trips you have planned for 2022, it's going to hit your bank account hard. But there are a few things that you can do to make your visit to UK theme parks this year a little less expensive. In today's video, we're going to be looking at different ways in which you can save money on your theme park trips in 2022, whether that be from finding cheaper tickets, to different cheaper food options, and also how to save on accommodation too. Let's get straight on into it. So first of all, let's talk about accommodation, because it's one of the first things that you'll think about when you book your theme park trip. That is if you are travelling from far away. Now, if the option is there that you can travel back on the same day, then of course this is going to save you lots of money. But if you have no other option than to stay at a hotel, let's take a look at some of the options that you have. It's always super convenient staying at a resort hotel. You leave the park for the day, and you're just a few steps away from your hotel room. And not only that, resort hotels are usually really well themed too, which makes your stay at a hotel a part of the theme park experience. But if you've ever stayed in a resort hotel, then you'll know that it can be pretty pricey. If you have a bit of extra money and you really want to stay in a resort hotel, then my advice would be to go midweek. This is the price for 2 people to stay at Chessington World of Adventures on a weekend in mid-June, and this is the price to stay that same week, but on a weekday. If you go onto booking.com, you may even find it cheaper. So you don't always have to spend a fortune on a resort hotel. And don't forget, there will always be plenty of hotels nearby that aren't owned by the parks. You can find much cheaper deals from these hotels. Remember that price for that weekend in June? Well, just a couple miles away, you can find a hotel for a quarter of the price. So just keep that in mind if you need to book a hotel. Now, if you're like me, you will love eating at a restaurant, especially at a theme park, because it adds another experience onto your day out. But if you are looking at saving money, then there are other options available. The majority of parks will allow you to bring your own food and packed lunch. It's a great way of saving money on food, because those theme park snacks can be quite expensive. Now don't get me wrong, you have some amazing restaurants at the parks. Take Roller Coaster Restaurant for example at Alton Towers, where your food literally gets sent to you on an actual roller coaster track. But with that experience comes an additional high cost to your day. Bringing a packed lunch or even just bringing snacks is a great way of saving money, especially if you have your whole family with you. The average price to eat at a roller coaster restaurant is £29 per person. So by bringing your own food, you'll of course be saving a whole lot of money, which can be spent on other things in the park like merchandise, or you could even save that money and spend it on another theme park trip. There are so many vouchers and ticket offers for UK theme parks. The 2-for-1 vouchers have been running for as long as I can remember, and they run throughout the whole season. So let's take a look at different ways in which you can save money on actually getting into the theme parks. 2-for-1 vouchers can be found in pretty much every supermarket. You can find these vouchers on hand soap, cereal boxes, newspapers, they could be found anywhere. So it is definitely worth heading to your local supermarket and picking up a £1 hand soap before spending double the price getting into the parks. You can also find these 2-for-1 vouchers online. There's plenty out there, so be sure to check them before heading to the parks. Now there is a catch to this. Buying your tickets in advance online will save you the same amount as it would picking up a 2-for-1 ticket. Why is this? Well, let's take Alton Towers for example. To use 2-for-1 tickets, you of course have to hand in your voucher at the resort to pick up your tickets. Therefore, you'll be buying on the day price tickets, which are currently £62 per person. So you'll be paying £62 for 2 tickets. However, if you book your tickets online in advance, the price is £34 per person. Now that's almost half the price. You're still saving a small amount by using the 2-for-1 vouchers, but it may be worth it just spending that little bit extra. You've also got to take into account how many people you're going with. If you're taking a solo trip, then you of course can't use the 2-for-1 vouchers. and if you're going with 3, 5 or 7 people, again you'll be down one person to use the 2-for-1 tickets. So personally, I would book in advance and pay that little bit extra. And when I say a little bit extra, I mean £4 extra. But I'm here to tell you how you can save every last penny. So if you want to save everything you can, then go pick up a hand soap and take advantage of that 2-for-1 deal. Now talking of gaining entry to the parks, one way which you will probably save the most money, especially if you like visiting the parks all year round, is by purchasing an annual pass. So let's take a look at the different options. We're mainly going to focus on Merlin Annual Pass as the majority of the big parks are owned by Merlin Entertainments. Also, Blackpool Pleasure Beach have sold out of their Platinum Season Pass for 2022, so you'll be unable to pick one of these up until next year. But if you do visit Blackpool Pleasure Beach often, then maybe consider checking it out in 2023. For Drayton Manor, you can pick up an annual pass for £99. This will allow you to gain entry all season long. Tickets for Drayton Manor are roughly £20 to £30, so depending on how many times you visit the park, you could save quite a lot of money. So now let's move on to the Merlin Annual Pass. Now, unlike Drayton Manor with just a regular annual pass, Merlin have a tiered system. First of all, you have the Discovery Pass, which will allow you to gain entry on most days of the year. However, it does block out the whole of August, every weekend in July, most of October during the Halloween season, and most weekends throughout the year. This pass costs £89, and in my opinion, I wouldn't recommend it due to the limited availability of dates you can visit throughout the year. You have the Silver and Monthly membership, which is the one I personally have. This pass gets you in 300 days of the year, which is most days. However, it does exclude the whole month of August, the last week of October, and most weekends in July. But having said that, you still get plenty of days to choose from throughout the year. For the Silver Pass, it does cost £159 for the year, but you can also pay monthly, which is what I do, and it's only £9.99 a month. If you visit a park every month like I tend to do, then you'll be saving lots of money, seeing as a regular entry ticket is 3 times the price of a monthly membership. For an extra £5 a month, or £219 a year, you can upgrade to a Gold Pass. This allows you to gain access 345 days a year with very few exclusion dates. Finally, for £20 a month or £299 a year, you can purchase the Platinum Pass, which gains entry every day of the year with no exclusion dates, apart from the separate ticket events like the Scarefest Maze tickets and the Fireworks Spectacular. With the different tiers, it all depends on how much you visit and when you can visit. You get some additional benefits with the higher tiers, such as free parking and fast track tickets, so it's worth looking into each tier before buying to see which one is the right one for you. No matter which annual pass you go for, all tiers will save you money in the long run if you visit the Merlin parks often. Now, something I'm guilty for is purchasing paid fast tracks. Fast tracks, they are a great way of making the most out of your day and getting on all the coasters in the park, but they can be really expensive for something that isn't really necessary, especially during the quiet periods during the year. Fast tracks are additional tickets you can purchase to skip the regular standby lines. Some queues can be 1 hour, 2 hours, or sometimes even 3 hours plus, so it can be very tempting to buy a fast track ticket to jump straight to the front of a line. People have different opinions on paid fast track tickets. For one, it slows down the regular queue, it's extra money, and some people find it a bit unfair when they can't afford the additional cost. I personally don't see too much of a problem with paid fast track, but I can definitely see the argument. If you're looking at saving money, then definitely don't even consider purchasing fast track. If you want to skip every queue at Alton Towers all day long, it will be an additional £105 per person. Now, you do have other fast track packages which are a little cheaper, and even single shot fast tracks which allow you to skip the queues for individual rides. But overall, it's a high additional cost on your already expensive day, so it's something you need to think about before purchasing. During the weekdays, I would definitely avoid purchasing a fast track, as the park shouldn't be as busy. It would be a huge waste of money, as the queue shouldn't be much longer than 20 to 30 minutes, maybe even less. So paying £105, it would be pretty pointless. If you want to learn more about the best and most quiet times to visit UK theme parks, then I'll leave a link down in the description below to one of my recent videos where I cover every month of the year. Finally, let's talk about parking. Now, this is mainly aimed at Alton Towers, as they have a huge car park, being the biggest theme park here in the UK. And because the car park is so big, they also have the option for express parking, which means you can park right next to the entrance. Standard parking is currently £6, unless you have a gold or platinum annual pass, then it's free. But for an additional £12, you can upgrade to express parking, or £12 in total for gold and platinum pass holders. Don't get me wrong, it feels really good to get out of your car and be right at the entrance of the park. And at the end of the day, when you exit the park, your car is right there waiting for you. But overall, it's not too much of an issue parking in the regular car park. The walk from the car park to the entrance is quite far, but if you're young and or fit, you shouldn't find this too much of an issue. And if you want to avoid the walk, then you can just hop on the monorail, which in my opinion is just another part of the Alton Towers experience. The monorail does a loop of the car park and the park entrance, so you can hop on at the start and the end of your day. So overall, there's no real need to buy that express parking, and it'd be much better spent on some snacks maybe, some merchandise possibly, or you could even treat yourself to a single shot fast track. So these are just some tips to help you save money at UK theme parks in 2022. I'm sure there is plenty more, and if you do have any more, then make sure to leave them down in the comments below for other people to check out. If you'd like to pick up some more UK theme park tips, such as things to avoid at theme parks, and also the best and worst times to visit UK theme parks this year, then I'll leave some links down in the description below to some of my recent videos. And if you enjoyed watching this video, then please hit that like button to let me know. And of course, if you are new around here and you're feeling extra cheeky, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing, because we make plenty of theme park and adventure videos here at the KD Adventures, which you don't want to miss. We've got plenty of vlogs coming up here on the channel this year. I cannot wait to get back to them theme parks. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.